What if the most famous UFO incident in history wasn't an accident but a planned event? This question has echoed across the decades since the events of July 1947 in Roswell, New Mexico, a small city that has since become synonymous with the unexplained and extraterrestrial. In the sweltering summer of '47, an event transpired that would forever alter the course of ufology. A rancher, William Brazel, made an unusual discovery on his property: debris of an unknown material scattered across his land. The strange debris was unlike anything he had ever seen before. It was lightweight, yet incredibly strong, and bore no resemblance to conventional aircraft materials. The military was quick to swoop in. Soldiers swarmed the ranch, collecting every piece of the mysterious wreckage they could find. The operation was swift, and the site was cleared with an efficiency that only heightened the sense of intrigue and secrecy surrounding the incident. In the days following, the Roswell Army Airfield released a statement claiming the debris was from a crashed weather balloon, a mundane explanation for such an extraordinary event. But many were not convinced. The weather balloon explanation seemed too convenient, too simple to explain the military's rapid response and the odd characteristics of the debris. Thus, the seeds of conspiracy were sown. Theories began to swirl that the debris was not from a weather balloon, but from an alien spacecraft. Could it be that the military was covering up an extraterrestrial visitation? The thought was, and still is, tantalizing to many. The Roswell incident has since become a cornerstone of UFO lore, a beacon for those who believe we are not alone in the universe. It's a story shrouded in mystery, a puzzle with pieces that don't quite fit together, a tale that straddles the line between fact and fiction. So was it a weather balloon or something more extraterrestrial? Let's delve into the details. Imagine a quiet summer day in Roswell, suddenly disrupted by a strange crash. On that fateful day in 1947, an unsuspecting rancher named W.W. Brazel stumbled upon an unusual scene. His usual route across his land was littered with an array of strange materials that were unlike anything he'd ever seen before. The debris was scattered across a wide area, its origin a mystery. Among the fragments, Brazel discovered pieces of metal that were incredibly light yet extraordinarily strong, and pieces of what appeared to be parchment covered in undecipherable characters. Baffled and intrigued, Brazel decided to report his discovery to the local sheriff. The sheriff, in turn, alerted the nearby Roswell Army Airfield. It wasn't long before the military swooped in, their response swift and decisive. Soldiers cordoned off the area and began the cleanup operation. They collected the mysterious debris, leaving no trace of the strange crash behind. This swift action by the military raised more than a few eyebrows. After all, why would they respond so quickly to a simple crash? And why did they leave no trace behind? It was these questions that sparked the first whispers of suspicion. The locals began to wonder, was it a weather balloon, as the military claimed, or was it something more? As time passed, the military's cleanup operation only fueled the fire of speculation. The strange materials, the swift response, the secrecy, all these elements combined to create a story that was as intriguing as it was mysterious. Rumors began to circulate. Whispers of flying saucers and extraterrestrial visitors filled the air. The crash at Roswell and the subsequent recovery operation had started a chain of events that would captivate the world for decades to come. It was the beginning of a mystery that has yet to be fully unraveled, a story that continues to inspire curiosity and speculation even today. With the military's hasty cleanup, speculations began to take flight. But what exactly did they find? What could be so important that the military would rush to a remote ranch in New Mexico? Let's delve into the debris and the stories of those who claim to have seen it. The debris, as described by witnesses, was unlike anything they had ever seen before. Rancher Mac Brazel, the man who discovered the wreckage, described it as a sea of metallic material scattered across his property. It was lightweight, yet incredibly strong, and had unusual hieroglyphic-like markings. He found fragments of a strange foil-like substance that could be crumpled, but would spring back to its original shape without a crease. This was not just your everyday scrap metal. It was something extraordinary. Brazel wasn't the only one to give such an account. Several residents of Roswell and military personnel also reported seeing this unusual material. They too described it as being lightweight, yet indestructible. No matter how hard they tried, they couldn't burn it, cut it, or even dent it. It was as if the material was from another world, quite literally. Now let's take a moment to discuss the testimonies of those who claim to see something even more shocking: alien bodies at the crash site. Yes, you heard that right. Some witnesses alleged they saw extraterrestrial beings among the wreckage. These testimonies describe the bodies as being small, with large heads and eyes, and not of human origin. However, despite these riveting accounts, no concrete evidence of these alien bodies has ever been produced. These claims remain as elusive as the Roswell Enigma itself. Yet, these accounts, as fantastical as they may sound, were given by credible individuals, people who had nothing to gain and everything to lose by sharing their stories. They stood by their testimonies despite the ridicule and disbelief they faced. Despite the intriguing testimonies, the government stood firm on their weather balloon story. But why? We'll explore this further in our next segment. Remember, in the world of the unexplained, nothing is ever as it seems. Why would the government go to such lengths to cover up a simple weather balloon crash? That's the question that has sparked a multitude of theories and fueled the intrigue around Roswell for over 7 decades. One widely believed theory asserts that the crash was no mere weather balloon, but rather an extraterrestrial spacecraft. Proponents of this theory argue that the government swiftly cordoned off the crash site to recover not just the wreckage, but also alien bodies. They allege that the government then orchestrated a massive cover-up to hide the existence of extraterrestrial life from the public. Now let's shift to another theory, one that might seem a bit more grounded. In 1994, the U.S. Air Force released the Roswell Report, a 1,000-page document that disclosed the crashed object was not a weather balloon, but a high-altitude balloon from a top-secret project named Project Mogul. This project aimed to detect sound waves from potential Soviet atomic bomb tests during the early years of the Cold War. The report claimed the secrecy surrounding the crash was not to hide aliens, but to protect the classified nature of the project. But here's the kicker. Even after the release of the Roswell Report, a considerable number of UFO enthusiasts remained unconvinced. They continued to believe in an alien cover-up, pointing to inconsistencies in the report and the government's initial silence. Some even suggested that the report was yet another layer of the cover-up, a clever ruse designed to divert attention from the truth. Whether you buy into the extraterrestrial theory, the Project Mogul explanation, or some other theory altogether, one thing is clear. The Enigma of Roswell has persisted, stoked by the government's initial secrecy and the myriad of theories that have emerged in its wake. The official explanation satisfied some, but for others, the mystery of Roswell only deepened. And so, the debate rages on, with Roswell remaining a beacon for those searching for signs of extraterrestrial life and government conspiracies. Over 75 years later, Roswell remains a beacon for the curious and the believers. Time has done little to diminish the allure of Roswell. Far from fading into obscurity, the small New Mexico town has embraced its history, transforming itself into a pilgrimage site for UFO enthusiasts and skeptics alike. The annual UFO Festival is a testament to this. Every year, thousands of people flock to Roswell to partake in the festivities. There are costume contests, alien-themed parades, and lectures from renowned UFO researchers. The festival is not just an occasion to celebrate, but also an opportunity to learn, question, and engage in meaningful discussions about the unknown. Another jewel in Roswell's crown is the International UFO Museum and Research Center. The museum provides an immersive experience, taking visitors on a journey back to 1947 through its extensive collection of artifacts, photographs, and documents. It's a place where one can delve deeper into the Roswell incident, explore various theories, and perhaps form their own conclusions. The fascination with Roswell extends far beyond the town's boundaries. The incident has seeped into popular culture, inspiring countless books, movies, and television shows. From The X-Files to Independence Day, the influence of Roswell is undeniable. It has become synonymous with UFOs and extraterrestrial life, provoking thought, debate, and wonder in equal measure. The Roswell incident may be a thing of the past, but its legacy is very much alive. It keeps the town bustling, the conversations flowing, and the imagination soaring. It's a testament to our undying curiosity, our relentless pursuit of truth, and our innate desire to understand the universe and our place in it. Whether you believe in the extraterrestrial or not, one thing's for sure: Roswell continues to captivate the world with its enduring mystery.